Hey guys, and welcome to the Igloo today. And today we're going to be talking about a very good weapon. But beforehand, my store is open. If you would like to get a shirt, it's in the Teespring link. It's the first link in the description. I have a shirt, I have a blanket, and I have phone cases. I'm planning to add more to the store and just keep adding to it because I want to have some unique designs, especially for people and getting everything else done. And if you guys like that kind of stuff, it's right there. But we're going to get into the video. First is going to be the anti-armor explosive railway rifle. Now this railway rifle is one of the best weapons that you can do for PvE farming in this game. Now I will explain to you this in a little bit. But here's the other variant that you have. The quad explosive harpoon gun is the best variant for PvE farming in the strength category. Now for the perception category, I would say the railway rifle because of all of its abilities, plus the perception cards and everything else. With that said, unlike the quad explosive harpoon gun that you're able to do, which you can have anywhere from 7 to 14 extra harpoons coming back to your inventory, the max that you're able to have for the railway variant of this is that you'll be able to have 2. Now this is an anti-armor explosive variant to this type of category, and it is one of the best types of weapons, again, in perception, because especially if you're doing PvE farming and anything else, you want to have something that is reliable, has a lot of kick to it, because again, it has even more damage than the equivalent of an anti-armor explosive hunting rifle in the same category with only using steel, and you can reuse and gather ammo at the same time, which is unbelievably good, especially when it comes to PvE farming. Now, you're not going to be using this kind of weapon, let's say, for making it prime. Priming this weapon is pretty much nonsense. I would highly not recommend priming this when all you need for the other variant is steel. Killing the queen with this, I would not recommend killing the queen with this type of weapon at all whatsoever. This is mainly a reusable PvE, killing regular legendaries that are out through the field. And it's just like with my other video stating that you can turn any 1-star legendary to 3-star legendary. Again, it'll be in the cards above. You'll be able to get everything in this type of category more efficiently because the probability of having a 3-star drop with a 3-star legendary is better than a 3-star drop on a 2-star and is non-existent on a 1-star. So with that being said, now that you are going around sneaking, you're able to do this not only in non-automatic form, but I think there is a automatic version of the railway rifle that you can mod out as well. So whether you use the non-commando perks or the commando perks for your perception tree build, this is one of these weapons where you should pick up. Any form of explosive weapon is great. Now, the reason why explosive weapons that you're able to pick up the ammo are better is because the area of effect, the area of effect actually puts one version of each and everything that it tags. So even if you didn't hit it directly, and then let's say it was killed by somebody else or whatever, you're able to pick up those spikes just as much as the other person can pick up those same spikes on that throw or in some type of ghoul or just anything that you hit, any in-world NPC that you hit, you're able to pick it up. It's the same thing with the quad explosive harpoon, but the quad explosive harpoon is the best variant of this category because you're able to get anywhere from 7 to 14 if you have the Fletchlet mod on top of the quad explosive harpoon. Again, it's something that's really good. I would highly recommend it, especially for PvE farming and picking up category. So once you're able to get everything else done and set, and you're able to farm and get everything in this category, and this is extremely important. Once you get everything that you're able to for your perception build, your tree, your everything, and you have this weapon, you can bring this to PvP. You can use this in PvP. Now, again, is it as effective as other variants, especially for the automatic variants or somebody because they're changing meta builds I don't really know. I haven't really tested having this type of weapon. I only had probably a few hours before I had to give it back to Mercury so that he can complete his trade. But again, this is probably one of the better weapons if you want to use. It's not the best weapon for PvP, but at the same time, if you find this out in the world and you actually use an anti-armor variant, you want to be able to choose through Assassin's Sentinel, Assassin's Cavalier, Unyielding Sentinel, or Unyielding Cavalier, especially with the anti-armor plus with like a perforating magazine. I don't know if they have a perforating magazine for the actual railway rifle, but I do know that there is for the handmade. That's why the handmade is more sought after when it comes to PvP, because you not only having the perforating magazine, but then you also have the anti-armor ability legendary mod on top of it. So I think they are additive on this kind of category. They're not multiplicative. So again, going to get this weapon is going to be extremely hard. Now, again, when you're farming, getting everything else done, the main things that you want to look for on this is the explosive effect, or 50% VATS critical for this weapon exactly. Now, whether you use anti-armor, bloodied, or let's just say in the category that you get a Furious. Furious can be pretty good, but there's also other ones that are okay. If you're mainly predominantly using this for PvE, I highly recommending to have a min-max build so that you don't have to waste as much time and material. I highly always stress to have a min-max build, especially when it comes to farming, because I don't want people to waste their time when it comes to farming. Having a min-max with 15 charisma build character has your best probability that you can have when it comes to getting the best legendaries possible, because charisma affects your drops when it comes to the legendary mods. Now, I don't know exactly how it is. I haven't done data mining myself, but we have done experiments in the past, and they still hold to be true to even this day of when this video came out. If your charisma is anywhere between 11 to max, you're able to have the best drops that are on your character's seed. And because you have that ability, you're able to get whatever that you need to have. Now, again, you might disagree, but again, I've done the testing. I've had many different variables that are done for this, and I've had up to 50 people confirm to me on this method as well. So if you want to have a higher probability chance to get a better weapon for your character that you're preconceiving, have a character that's just made for farming. Just made for farming with max charisma, and you will see the big difference when it comes to your legendary drops. And again, if you guys like this kind of content, please leave a like, leave a comment down below, share this on Facebook, share this wherever you want to have it, because again, the more that people know on how much easier it is to farm legendaries and how and what they're doing wrong, will make sure that you don't waste your time. And that's one thing that I don't really have much of myself, because again, I work 10 to 12 hours for 6 days of the week. So when it comes to Sunday, I get my videos ready, I prep it, and then I send it out to you guys. Again, have a good one, everybody.